Yes, welcome my viewers and subscribers to another week of MELLACHE TV analysis Thursdays. Yes, I know it can't happen without the big man himself, Mr. Floyd Wright, aka Professor. Welcome.
You're I'll mislead the people, you know, man. You're the big man, you know.
No, so I am the
Eh,
big analyst, man. Program
No,
can't go
man.
without you, you know.
Don't say that because somebody else not to do it, so that's why I can't probably go without me. But if I'm alone, based on my um ability to dissect the winners and give a analysis, I'm nowhere close to you, what.
What you saying, man?
Anyway,
Remember, that's
big
your
up.
job, you know, Professor. But
Anyway,
that's
big
your
up to
job.
my big up to the viewers, whether you're on live or you come on, afterwards, and still taking the show. And just remember to subscribe and give us your likes and your shares, because it will only help the program to grow. And not in a sense, but for monetary purposes, but for the domino fraternity and the whole. That's it, Melachi.
Yes, my viewers. So, like he said, always remember to click like on the video. Yes, don't make any sense. We have 300 persons watching the live, and we'll have like 10 likes, 12 likes. So that means if we have what 200, if we have 200 persons, people watching um, the analysis Thursdays, that means we will have 188. What happened to those 188 persons? So please remember to click like on the video. Yes. And tonight we're going to have the SOASAP president, captain,
President boss.
or president slash captain, right?
No,
Professor?
he's not the captain as we speak, boss. But
Oh,
you can probably put him in the light as a captain because he has done so. He has the honor of having a title on his belt, so he could be regarded as a captain. So
okay. So that's Oliver himself from SOASAP. So we're waiting on Oliver to click the link to come online. But Professor, last week we have an upset last week, man. So we don't have any winner for last week because there was an upset, Professor.
yes, well, a few, probably a
It
couple. It
was
was
rooftop. It was rooftop,
rooftop.
right?
Um,
Big side
rooftop,
rooftop.
rooftop. I'm sorry, rooftop.
Rooftop turn
Roof,
rooftop.
yeah. Well, a lot of persons will say that you know rooftop don't have any foundation.
Yes.
You only have the top of the roof. But on
Yes.
Sunday,
So
it it it, it was proved
but
otherwise.
rooftop turn rooftop now because them rough up Fort
Rooftop.
International.
Mm. Well, I can tell you, anybody that pretty would predict never would have in your slightest dreams.
Would I predict that?
Would have, yeah, that's a
No,
major
no,
one.
between no unless there are rooftop player because I don't think the rooftop players enter in the match saying that they're going to lose.
Well, I hope so because that would be much. I would
And them
not.
surprise themselves.
There are a lot of confident boss.
So them surprise
Mm.
themselves.
Well, likely. So Kevin Morris in the one line and our boss. I tell you, he make some prediction last week. We don't know.
Yes, Kevin Morris. Big up
Mm.
yourself, Kevin Morris. Yes, Fruity Johnson. One love,
Fruit
man. Big
boss
up. Big up, Fruity. Sean Wallace.
up and
Welcome,
running.
man. Welcome. No, I'm not think Kevin Morris did pick rooftop in his prediction.
Yeah.
But that was the only professor. That was the only upset.
Well, re- probably we could
So,
discuss
so what's up upset foundation? Obviously,
foundation.
stuff. Obviously, all of these stuff before Oliver comes on, you know.
No man, I think well, no man, I think normal victory because most of the persons really care to us up to win. Yes, fruit bars. So I'm not surprised here.
Yes. And land raiders are mechanical.
One-sided affair that one. But let's go into the before Oliver come
Hold
on.
on,
We can
hold on.
just
Wait. Maybe I have the results wrong. Mechanical did one, right?
yes, yeah man. Then
Okay.
we can just go into
All right.
dissecting till
Yes. All right. So let us go into the dissecting until Oliver comes on.
mhm.
All right. So we're starting out with correctional 250 versus a village links. I think this was another upset, Professor. 241 village links.
No, not necessarily. Based on look, if we look back at the town season, it was it was a te- two teams that had a very good, a fairly a good
A very good
season,
season.
and
Yes,
especially
our village links
Villaging
was.
just missed out
Yes.
on making it top eight, and that was left down to the aggregate was very low, and I think that had already put them out on the outside of making the top. That would depend on others to lose big and they win by a huge score. So that was very difficult for them because they had
But
a match that they could have definitely made the top eight, but not
but is the
enough
village links
scores.
like supposed to be a stronger side now, Professor?
Well, I wouldn't know because I still have known their team, uh, what they've done upgraded and for the season. But sometimes when you have a weaker team, has because Village Link started out well last season. I think they lost their second or their third match, but they still consolidate and played well throughout. So it's just one of those seasons where sometimes you have a weaker team, but you did some unbelievable things. For argument's sake, you play even better than when you are stronger and some things like that, and probably better team unity, etc. And then probably have a better team, and then you're not going, things are not going as well as you thought it would. So probably this is one of the cases with Village. Probably they have a better team, but
Yes.
not um a better team for the base and or the competition is going.
Okay. But this correctional team is playing very well now, Professor, from the last season, the latter part of the last season. What
Yes,
happened now?
I think no, not the latter part. I think the midsection. They dropped off in the latter part stages.
Are in the midsection. Yes.
Yes, they were doing well in the midsection there, and then made a loss. At one stage, they were going like for 4 consecutive wins, and they lost. And then they got a next victory and the next. So they were a bit. I think they outdid themselves based on how we know correctional over the
So
years.
what is new that they're doing now? What is new? Because this correctional team is really surprising everybody. So what's new
Uh,
they're doing now?
no, they have more capable players, and one of the things that goes on with correctional is that they have, which is good, is they tend to have a unit that really plays together over the years, and they generally know each other. However, is that there is a inconsistency or they attend games. I think that is where their biggest downfall, and they tend not to have a stable captain, which is another situation for them because with the team, and I think their focus is for most part is just someone that understand most of the persons playing. would be correctional officers, etc. And they tend not to be at games consistently, but they usually play a core of players regularly, which also um, helps them in how they set out in certain games, especially at home. They usually do well there, but traveling they usually don't do that well. But they usually have a good team there and thereabouts, as usual. If they focus on it and decide to take it very far more seriously, I think they will go farther because the team is more built based on recreational for um for the lawyers, for the correctional services officers. I think that is where, for me, they tend to focus on and not so much take it a bit more serious than some other clubs do. But if they do take it serious, they will be a force to reckon with.
Okay. All right, Barry. Yeah, man. Big up Barry. Missy Barrett. Big up Missy Barrett. Bobby Six himself, man. Bobby Six. Big up Bobby Six. Big up the general. Yeah. But Professor, what I've noticed in a professor, I've noticed the teams with lesser um players, team with lesser players have a tendency to perform better in a professor than the teams who have a lot of players, You notice that?
Yeah, yes, because selection is much easier, and I think sometimes the responsibility players will know their responsibility a little bit more when the team is that big. Is far more difficult to manage as a
You have a lot of
captain.
players cussing for
Yes,
games and stuff like that.
yes, and one of the things that it's so indigenous to the sport, because I think the club should start have but we don't want to restrict. For me, I don't want to even restrict the clubs of having a set amount of players, like a quota. So I probably allow that, but for me the issue is that some what is making it difficult is the members of each club, where they are not being fair in assessing situations, because but so when it was 300 games, persons were having difficulty being a part of a team. Now there are 50 games less. It's going to be far more difficult, and people are still having the same issues when it was 50 more. So persons will feel that they should be in the game much earlier, or they should be a part of the game. But how many tens you can play is difficult. For argument's sake, you can in the ring. And because of the inter exchange inside the ring, for argument's sake, captain switching tables to tables, players coming in and out, you find that players are the players who might want to come in and believe that could be make a difference are not able to go inside because of those changes in the ring. And because the average in each half for each play for a pair is 3.5 pairs per 3.5 to 4 pairs per half a player can play through each half. So an average, a player can play what did I say now? Seven tens, set of tens throughout the commission based on
The
the,
seven
the,
tenths
the
attacking.
competition.
Mhm.
Yeah, repeat.
Okay. Okay. I'm hearing you. I'm hearing you.
Yeah, man. I was saying that only 7 tens by average. Um, for the entire, if you're playing right through the game, I think you average at least 7 tens clusters. So that is one of the issues, and some persons think it's because sometimes by your quint and you sit down in the game, you can play with 3.5 ten, and a lot of persons more outside. A team of 35 players, argument see how you cope with manage those team, and average most most um persons who are captaining don't want to play more than 10 pairs. So what you're looking at is at least 25 more pairs that on the day are not getting any game average. So I think we need to look at the clubs that we are going to and try to make it easier on you as a player and the club on a whole.
All right, question again, Professor. Can a club have more than one team?
Of course, if they have if they have the location to do so, I don't think that is restricted. If you find that your team is quite huge, I think it can.
They have to find a different. They can have the same location.
Yes, they could, and that will have to take good competitions. What should I say? Competitions coordination, because you would have to facilitate two teams. For argument's sake, again, example in football, the Inter Milan and AC Milan play on the same ground. So what would the competitions persons will do would have to set up the itinerary. So at least
One
every
always
round,
get one woman away. One always get woman away.
yes. So one will play home this week, next week we play, and when they are playing the derby, they play on the one ground. So that would have to be skillfully angled to get it done.
So why I never see that before, Professor.
Yeah?
I have so many clubs with so many players in it. Why not just split in two then? Is it worthwhile?
Yes, but again, that is as to
because I never seen it before. I never seen it in the Western League, in the JDCA League, Portmore League. I never seen it before.
I think something was similar. I think last season wasn't that Mystic and thing was using the same ground. Mystic and this club that was in by Gregory Park. I don't remember the name as we speak.
Yeah, but it's two different teams. They're using the same ground, but that's two different teams.
Yes, but it's similar. I don't think it would be it. It'll be similar. It's a different name.
Yes, Kirk Robbins. Big up. Tamara, big up. You could answer that question there, Missy Bert.
In the Western League. In the Western League.
Hold on. Can a team have more than one? Can a club have more than one team? Yes, Professor.
Yes, man. That's not normal, man. That can be happen.
Yeah, like I said, I never seen it before. Because when you have so much players a ball for game, by the time they split the team, you have over. I think one time you have a club with over 100 players.
I think that in the Western League, Liquor Force and is the basic. The Liquor Force team is a
Strike Force
remnants of Strike Force.
Yeah, but that.
But they were playing in two different divisions.
Yeah, different division because one was D1 and one was the Premier League.
Yeah, because what happened, they would have to, because remember, they have a way of organizing their league. So,
but the HQ was different, though, Professor. But the HQ
was different.
Yes.
Well, I'm not aware of it, but as I said, that can be done. It can be done. What we have to do now is talk to the competitions person, the organizer of the league, and they will fix the fixtures according to how it's situated. So they knew that they are aware that one team is split in two, probably with different name or the same name. However, they would have to organize it so they don't play and they don't clash. So it's not very difficult to do. It's just that the organizers now would have to skillfully fix the schedule to accommodate both teams not clashing at the ground, other from when they are the fixtures is set
playing
or
against each
or
other.
yeah, they are against each other.
Okay. All right. Because I think that will be important information, because I don't think some clubs know about this.
Yeah, man. But as you said, Melange, it comes down to how the clubs um look and how they are managed, because that will probably take a little bit more financially and are,
Yes.
I don't know, are managed. That have to be skillfully managed.
Okay. All right. Moving on. We have Memory Lane 170, Nagozed 250. What happened there? I
Yes.
saw I saw I saw Tommy Good. Nagahead
Well,
250. Memory Lane 170. Memory throwing the towel.
seems that where are they did play out the game, but as far as I seen this fixture, Nagud won't be taking any check, and I think they are a bit of. I think Nagud has become more ammunition in the artillery, so probably that's one of the reasons why you see that difference. But it's no surprise because Nagud was really piling on the big aggregate scores from in the previous league. So that's no surprise for them, and they just believe that they are a cut above a memory lane team, and they showed that by coming out convincing winners, thrashing memory lane. So memory lane have a lot to do now. Last year they spring a few surprises, and this game was one of them. And now they're on the receiving end by a huge margin, because last year they won that fixture one by a point. So it's a welcome victory for Nagwed, knowing what they had last season, what they faced last season.
Okay. All right, Tommy. The team start out tremendously and excitedly beating these teams. Memory lane, trashing these teams. Yes, God,
Mhm.
that's a lot of whooping in a professor.
Yes, man, definitely.
Whooping. All right. But you think Tommy did play?
Probably that's the reason why the score is so huge.
I don't know why I'm always troubling Tommy. All right, moving on. All right, Foundation 240. So what's up? 250. Was that an upset, Professor?
No, I don't think so. Never upset. It's sometimes we look and just look at it this way. Over many meetings, close to about 10 meetings. So Foundation has only have beaten us up once, and the Foundation team has probably one of the biggest units assembled. So a lot of persons thought that Soursop didn't had a chance and face that Soursop
No,
comparison.
no, you're talking. No,
Yes, I think
presently.
this is yeah, I think this is one of the biggest assembled unit they did so last season. And they reached a quarterfinal, and this team is capable of doing so this season as well. And I think based on some of the players that were in the foundation team, most persons believe that they could have got the better of that source of who persons believe is is a depleted unit, and that was not the case, and it was show great character by source of who was now gone on to win, carrying on the winning ways, coming over from the town the town championship, which they are the champions, back to back champions. So that is one of the situations we're going to face a lot of persons that WhatsApp is not as strong as, but uh, they must buy they might probably in for a surprise going forward with this WhatsApp team, because they will be a force to reckon with, and it definitely been showing.
Okay. So is it not same source up that's entered the last town league?
Yes, the name WhatsApp is always there now. Remember, it doesn't. I mean, we all know that we had a few partners from the classic team who haven't over the years participated in the town league, so they usually join forces with other teams, and they have done it with Southside for the past 2 seasons, and as a result, Southside are champions of the town league. It's a bit different now based on the fact that they are not there. So the core Southside members would have now have the opportunity to show their mettle, and 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 to be a force to reckon with in this competition, without those players who most persons have as some of the elite players in the country. So we always going to hear talks that the team is not good, but let's see when Foundation got beaten, a lot of persons want to find out who was that source up, you
Yeah,
know.
but
Yeah.
you make it sound like it's not going to say that alone get ammunition then Professor. So what's up get some ammunition too?
No,
Because see Barry
well,
said Barry said big up so what's up every time up my team.
yes,
So
man.
big ammunition that you know.
Yes, man.
I
And
know, I
and
know. If you see Barry, I know if once you see Barry, you're gonna see two face. So big ammunition that.
are you going to cement the faces too? Not only two.
Alright.
Yeah.
So that's a lot
So
of ammunition, Professor man. That's a lot of
eh,
ammunition, man.
so we put him with a couple punches and thing, and you don't know. I mean, the game was good because I was also a part of that the source of team. So we played. I put in. I get a little 110, and so we couldn't
Yes.
manage it still, but we try, and so understand. So what it was a very competitive game, and I think we had a fairly good game in terms of both teams. There were not much incidents or so forth, and I think it was, you know, you know, um, a good match overall. We had a few little incidents as well, not much, but I think it's easy resolve and so forth. But
Yes,
it was all
Talbas.
good.
Big up Talbas. Welcome Talbas.
Mm-hmm.
But since you mentioned, since you're on this incident topic, I heard something happened. Was that Sawasap? Was Sawasap match with the person taking pass or something in that sort?
Oh, I think that was on my table, in the box. Come to think of it, I was playing on a particular player.
Oh, okay. Oh, you were involved.
Yeah, I was a person, you
Okay.
know, and
Yes. So, but let me
you
ask
know.
you a question though, Professor. If the
Mm,
person did the person say that they pass?
no, he never stated that he was he passed out of his mouth. He to be honest with you, he put on his hand and almost knocked. But it's my I barred when the other player was going to. I said, no man, you have a double tree into your hand, and
And they were insisting of playing and
yeah,
playing.
because they knew they couldn't win the game. They couldn't win the game again. Based on the game was, they could not
Yes.
win because the player double deuce and tray blank, and the blank and the deuce catch him. My partner have double tray, S blank and double blank. The player under over my hand had two fours. and trace. So deuces and double four. So they couldn't have won. So even if he had pull out the tray blank, the player in question pull out the tray blank and leave the deuce, his double deuce would die. So when my partner take his double blank, I would put the S and leave the S blank and double tray. So he knew that he couldn't have won the game, and was telling his partner that he should insist that the partner would play. But that's all a part of the game, and I just remain calm in the encounter and so forth. I know, and he was willing to allow the game to play over.
They were saying that Johnny man catch our first try now.
Yes,
which point
yes.
of the game was that? At which point of the game was that?
It was close. It was in the 40. It was like we had about 10 games to about 9 or so games. So you know, every opportunity we were leading by about 10 or so. So any opportunity, and the player in question I didn't expect that from him, but we know the thing go. Players are going to take advantage of any we not sometimes not we not.
So they were trying to take a one away there.
Yeah, in a sense. Not let's yes, basically, because they were willing to play the game to play over. They knew that they lost the game. They could have won the game again. You know.
Oh, was the game played over?
Yes, game was played over.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
On what basis? On what basis?
I don't know. They have to talk to the official. Say the game to play over. But that's how it goes, man. I mean, persons will always try to take the opportunity to win at all costs to some extent.
Professor, hold on a minute. Let us run by this again. Your partner's supposed to play, right? And when do him knock or something? Because what allowed the other person to want to play?
Yes, he was about to knock and put on his domino on the ground like he was going to pass. And so I said, no, you take a double tray. So by the time I realized that he was,
so your opponent said that your partner saying pass.
Yes, start the pass. Never said what I'm out, but you know, he did. To be honest with you, he did indicate on it like on the table like you would have a pass. It wasn't some convincing pass, but like a knock.
Well, them say knock is not a pass, you know.
Yeah, and that is what I'm saying. He didn't say it out of his mouth, and the other play quickly wanted his partner to play.
And you barred the person from playing.
Yeah, because I wanted that the person to be to play the my partner
to play number 3.
Yeah, but he didn't allow it. Yeah, man.
Oh. There's Donovan Davis. Big up. Saniq. What's up? Big up, Saniq. Yes. So what do you have to say about that, Donovan Davis? Although you just joined. Barry, what do you have to say about that? Because they play the game over. You said they end up playing the game over. So what do you have to say about that? Because what Professor is saying, partner didn't say that he was passed, right? But the other person, I'm stopped the other person. Sorry, I'm stopped the other person from his opponent from playing, right? Saying that his partner have played, right? And the result, they end up have to play over the game. So what do you have to say about that? Yes, Everett. Big up, Everett. Milton, big up.
And it surprised me with the player for me because I thought we had a good mutual understanding. But as I say, these are the things that are going to happen when the game is not going against you, or you expect not to. But you know,
when the game is intense.
Yes, you know, persons tend to in the best sportsmanship. You know, because I when my partner basically like didn't mention same, but you know, I stopped him.
But what I want to know though, if that decision was justified though, that I want to know.
What,
that
to play over it?
the official made.
Well,
That decision was just,
he's a mediator, you know. So any situation with him making a decision would have to come down to him.
yeah, but I think we have a discussion on this before. Like every little thing them said play over. Everything them said play over.
Because one of the reasons is that sometimes they are not in the position of finding out what actually went down to order to make a decision. I think that's one of the reasons. And sometimes it's difficult because the players are not allowing the referee to hear the facts. And sometimes, as a result, the referee just allowed the game to play over. It was not so in this case, though.
Okay.
Mhm.
So Barry said, based on what you said, Professor, you should have won the game. We need to stop winning at all costs in domino, which is true.
Yeah, in this case, boy, I don't know. And it was this thing that I just, but sometimes, you know, for me, the end result is that I just glad the game didn't go into disrepute. Mm. So that's it. That's what are my situations, you know.
Okay.
And it was one of those games. Because as I said, I was disappointed in the pro, but then again, as we said,
Well,
the person.
domino, remember, domino is business, Professor. Off the board,
Mhm.
you are friends off the board, but on the board it comes down to business. So Saniq said the official them only know how to say play over. A lot of times they don't spend the time to listen or reason out the situation logically.
Exactly, Sonic. I
Yes.
can I concur here. Exactly, and I think that's one of the situations. And I think for making decisions, you have to all decisions necessarily have to go. Um, you don't have to be right. I don't know what is right though, because Sonic used the word logically, situation logically. I think that is where you have to look at it.
I remember
See,
I remember I remember being to on two occasions been to us Soursop matches on two occasions. And the referee, I'm there videoing, and the referee, the same referee have to draw back for my footage that I have, and have to rerun um, the recording just for them to solve the situation. Yes, on two occasions I was at Soursop, and it was the same referee, and he called upon me to rerun what I was.
yeah, what
Um,
you saw in the game,
yes,
and he made a
at
decision,
that point, he saw what went wrong and he made a
and made the
decision
correct
there.
decision. Okay,
Yes,
or made the decision best suited for the game.
yes.
That's
So sometimes you see
uh,
how helpful recording the
yeah, the
game
video
is
thing.
and the video.
Because
Yes,
so many times the best decisions for some games is to play over, you know. Sometimes the best decision for some games is to play over. So that is also a decision. But for most parts, as Saniq said, most of these officials tend to play over the game because they don't look at the situation logically, or without logically, or without
yes,
emotions.
because sometimes some players are complaining that a person take compulsory pass or unnecessary pass and stuff like that. And these officials sometimes can just go over the board and reason it out. And you
Yeah,
realize that one person have three and everybody else have five and stuff like that. You understand? Yes,
and
so
sometimes if you look at the game, sometimes the three answer can be a difficult can be accounted for because persons can pass. But if you look at each and see what you play, you can see sometimes that person
yeah, but I think in
not
your situation though,
unintentionally took pass.
I think in your situation though, Professor, I think it was best to play over because it's your word against his. You understand?
No,
It's
because
your
I
word
mean,
against his, because he said that in same pass, and you're saying that he didn't say that. You
yeah, he,
understand?
he never
Somebody
he,
is
did- he didn't
lying,
indicate.
but the things
And
that the
guess what?
official can't
I
prove it.
no, hear what? Before the before the player even play, you know, me tell my partner we take double tree, you know. Before him even indicate saying going to play. Because when I say partner, play, take it, play, you have double tree in your hand, man. Them are forced to play the game. And guess what? I mean, they couldn't have won because the trace where I'm telling to put the person who carry the game, telling the important to put on, the supporting player was even a block. The game could have block let's play twice and win back. I mean, but he was happy. The opponent was happy for the game to play over though because he knew that he
Yeah,
had lost.
because you would end up winning the game, right?
Yes, man.
With the double
With
four.
ease. Yeah, with ease. With ease.
Okay.
But as
All
I
right.
said, these things do go. Do happen.
Yes. All right, moving on. Rooftop 250, Fort International 230. What happened here, Professor?
This
Because
well, this is
I thought Fort International was the favorite here.
this
But,
was
but the rooftop turned rough top.
yeah, that's the new name. Because
Rough
this was
top.
definitely an upset based on, and listen this carefully, based on how persons predicted and how most persons in the Domino fraternity, whether as fans or as players, would have said 99 out of 100 Fort International, based on the type of team that they can assemble, they would have won this game. But I understand that Rooftop had a few persons from the western side who were part of that team. They played against Source the previous season. Other persons were saying that Source didn't play in a team. Well, it proved otherwise. the other Sunday it proved otherwise. So so again, that is something that another person need to look on because they said Source cannot didn't play anybody the last time out the box, and that same team beat a team that nobody expect them to beat out of points. So not only that is the edge
Yes,
of
out of
Sport
points.
International, but I think I understand that and that's something probably Sunny could probably um let us know because I understand that I think Rooftop got
Maybe
a few points on the
maybe that
table.
true Sonic didn't play, man.
Yes,
Sonic,
I believe so
that
too.
true never play Sonic. Yeah.
Eh?
Yes, Donovan Davis, boy, rooftop boss everybody bet
Eh?
Donovan Davis.
Easiest
Everybody
thing
bet
that done.
rooftop boss.
Mm.
Big upset.
And so what's up to boss everybody bet too, guys.
Yeah.
So I do.
Yes, I think so. What's up, boss? Everybody bet too.
So if Rooftop ever do it, so what's up with that do it?
Yeah. So what's up on a sweet top again, boy? So what's up now?
So that is one of the things that we need to look at and as
But
I
who are the
said,
players? I wonder who are the players on this rooftop? You said the Western players on this rooftop.
I understand there are a few persons from the western side of things who were part of that team. But they in essence they did fight so what's up in the first game, you know. It wasn't sort of a walkover. The margin was huge. However, they did put up a challenge, didn't have a lot of changes, and they did themselves justice. The 54 was a testament to how probably didn't show the true reflection. You know, so what's up just was not in a no nonsense mood, you know, and played a very good game. You know, but Rooftop we will see what Rooftop have to offer in the coming games. All right. See, Sunny
So
mentioned,
that
you
means
know,
teams have to be looking out for rooftop now, Teams have to be
I
looking
mean,
out for rooftop now.
not Rooftop anymore, Rough Top.
Rough Top, sorry, Rough Top.
Yeah, rough top.
They got level point as fourth, didn't have 6 tables to start. Again, what happened?
But
Remember,
Fort
remember,
can cover that same.
yeah. So even if they didn't even level points, I don't think
Fort can cover that,
level
man.
points is enough for Rough Top to beat Fort International.
Weird. Sadika say 11-6 periods for the entire game.
Yeah, so what happened to this Fort International with over 120 players? Fort
Yes,
International normally
was touted.
consists of. What happened?
They were touted as one of the biggest teams that are going to be assembled this season. Well, it's far from that as far as I see.
Yes, because the same thing that happened in the first round. It seems as if it happened again in the second round. Rumors.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that means you end up have to be playing to Sonic.
Yes, I think Sonic's supposed to, if my memory serves me right, is probably come out man of the match.
Woman of the match.
Man of the match. Sonic, how much did I lead by? What? Can you say lead more than what Fort get beaten by?
Fort does have even 35 players. Truly,
Since when?
This season around. Yeah, but all right. So them have 20. So them have 20 players. Why they couldn't find a change? And the start, them couldn't find
some
16 to start.
Some of those players weren't present. That's it. Simple.
Yeah, but Fort International was aside. Everybody did a run to them even have it as a pack aside. What happened this season?
Mm-hmm. Oh, you hear that?
Okay. Oh. Okay. All right. So it seems as if Fort is struggling then, Professor.
For now.
Mm-hmm. For now, yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right, moving on. Cherry Garden, 209. Caribbean Classic, 250. What happened there, Professor?
Football supposed to give an update.
Multiplayer against his former team.
Yes, and look like him out for destroy. And in destroy Cherry Gardens, it was a feel good.
Yes, because
come against a classic team was something that.
I'm of that Caribbean best play with Caribbean Classic, you know. Yes, Oliver. Oliver is in the crowd. Oliver, you're supposed to be on. Oliver, I send you the link. You're supposed to just click the link, and the link will just bring you on stage. So you're supposed to just click the link, Oliver. You're supposed to be on. I'm supposed to be interviewing you.
I will just wrap up this. Okay.
Yes, Sonic. So shall one table. Yeah, man, Sonic. Shall one, man. Shall one.
Then someone in terms see I lead by about 20, Sonic, and 18 who's by 20. I don't know.
Yeah. All right, moving on. Passage Fort, 219 versus Lynx, 250.
Yeah, man. Definitely, man.
Yeah, Sonic, what you have to say? The feeling shot. Remember, I done 7-8 in a Sonic. 7-8. Although you came out ahead with 1 point. But 7-8 you finished, Sonic.
How much you win? I had 1 point in the game, you know. I had 1 point in the difference, you know.
1 point. Yeah.
That point in the difference, you know.
We lose by 1.
We
lost by 1. That 1 point made the difference. So you're trying to say, Professor, is me lose the match?
See, yeah, it seems that way because Even this present game we're going to dissect, you know, is that I understand you were drawn up,
Yeah.
and I don't have a person. Where's the shoes? You can't show the people them the shoes. You see, if you run the shoes at the
I
table.
don't know where you get that shoes from, Professor. That's not my shoes.
What?
I don't know where they get that shoes from.
I can't make a money off fight, boy. Come here, tell you.
Oh, so what's up? You mean passage for 219, links 250. Well,
yes.
I went back in the ring and I do a couple damage, you know, in the second half, you know.
Oh, so it was the first half you get job at
it
9.
Was the first half. We get 9-1. Yeah. He gave me 8 and throwing in his hand. But the thing is that when I'm throwing him hand, Professor, I draw 5 piece of 6. You understand? And him draw 4. He was what? He was over my hand. Yes, I think he was over my hand. And draw 4 piece of S. But the thing is that my 5 piece of 6, I'm not drawing an S. You understand? So I'm throwing him and him say, nah, him not 6 because him love the program.
No, 6. Him pass 6 already.
Nah, 10 me. He say him love the program, so
yes.
Yeah, so
that's why I tell you, say, at the program I see you know, man.
So the other game now, we just give him back the game, we just get up, you know. So the 10 just finish right there.
Probably if that didn't happen, probably we wouldn't have a program this week. Saniq is not bushes, man. It's forest. He's not even nearby bushes.
He's in the forests. Professor, I'm going to tell you something. I'm a competitive player, you know, and I love the sport, you know. You understand? But I'm not going to do like some person, because remember, those are the things that make the sport nice, you know, Professor.
Yeah.
When man gets 6 lover and 10 lover, we can joke over it and stuff like that. You understand?
Yeah, it's part of the game. It's a cluster, you know. I mean,
yeah.
If you win a game.
So I sit down and if him say I 10, I will take me 10. You understand? I will set the example, you know. I can't come on MELLACHE TV and run with a shoes. Yeah. And worse, a shoes with my show can't run, you know.
Why see Sadiq big up Tyson, eh? Respect that to Tyson.
I mash up the weekly program. Sadiq, leave me alone in the Sadiq. I'm about to get in the Sadiq. I'm about to get man. Don't worry.
Sadiq, me I tell you, me have forgot thing there. I want them.
Why? I'm sorry. See phone on the program. No, I'm glad you're not on the program because maybe I bring up the shoes. You would have show the shoes, Professor.
Saniq, I think Saniq have a shoes too, you know.
Yeah.
Saniq supposed to see shoes, man.
Yes. At one point, Mr. James, let me tell you something. that yellow man Davis. Let me tell you something, Professor. Lynx went in the second half, leading by 37, Professor. Mr. James went in the ring and make a second half speech. So boy, the passage forth a good friend and all those stuff. So let's win by about 50 or something like that. Yes. And make them go home and stuff like that. So when second half, you know, man. Second half, Tyson out of the ring, you know. And when second half, I go down, you know, we cut score, go down to about, I think about 11 or 30, we cut the 37, go down, you know, Professor. They have to send back Tyson at the ring, and Tyson come out of the ring, come win out the match, you know. Again, you know.
Wingy, yes, we have to come back to.
Yes, man. And Bobby Six, he come back home because the thing is that, yeah. Bobby Six come perform back in the last part again. Because after I was beating up couple players because I
Aye.
team up with Taco. Taco team up.
Uh,
But Taco was high, man. Taco was well high. So I have to make sure I stay the game definitely, but in big still, you can see some shots.
yeah,
Yeah.
big man.
A 6 bars come liquid out of the ring, you know. Yeah, my foul
Eh?
call a couple of players from links, beat out a couple of players from links. Yeah. So
Toast.
from there now, when we get liquid out of the ring now, the score just went go right up back. Because the cut score come right down to about I think about 13, the 37. Come right down to 13. I was sent back for. I'm sorry Tyson never leave because if Tyson will leave in that year, Links lose them match early.
Mm.
All right. Moving on. Mechanical 250. Landry does 202. Yes.
Eh,
What happened there, Professor? Because I think in that practice match, Landry doesn't beat Mechanical, in that
Yes,
practice
and
match.
I told you, but I did say that it in this the competitive nature of the tournament now, it's going to be a different kettle of fish, and
Yes.
it really showed it was a huge win for Mechanical, and I don't believe that Dan Raiders could have withstand the force that the sort of aggregation that Mechanical possesses because they didn't face a lot of these players when they in the practice match. So it was something different for them. It was an awakening for them. Coming after playing links and so on, they getting a point whose bad single digit and got a point. So it was sort of a rude awakening. So as we look forward, we see what their next match is and see how well they cope in that.
Okay. So, um, big win for Mechanical there.
Mm.
Yes. Maybe Landry does went in that match complacent. Through them beat Mechanical before in the practice
Yeah.
match. So the time Mechanical is just this easy and simple Mechanical to beat. All right, moving on. Bull Bay 250 versus Right Stuff 204. That's correct. It was 204. That's correct, Mr. Bert.
Mm.
Yes. But the last encounter, Right Stuff did beat Bull Bay, right? The last encounter.
Yes, yes, that's in the
Yeah.
Portmore League, Town League.
JDCA.
Yes, yeah, JDC League.
Okay.
Mm.
But you realize, Professor, when these
One
two
in,
two
one
teams
out.
when these two teams are playing, Professor, you realize that um, the score margin is always huge.
Not
They're always beating each other with some
it
40 than 15, Professor.
they flatter to deceiving sometimes and they usually have a good matchup, but they usually huge. I think it's because they sometimes there's a little rivalry between them and they tend to want to prove. So at some point somebody is going to go some of the players going helter skelter and anybody start getting those huge scores will usually can't find a way back. And I think that is one of the results the results I've seen over the past couple of seasons with these two teams. They usually lose in huge margins. Depends on the two on how any other one of the team play on the day. So is either one coming to exact revenge. So usually one in, one out, if you realize, you know. So the next time we can look for a rise of win.
Okay. Yes. All right. Um, Oliver, Oliver is saying him have some internet issues, Wi-Fi issue. Yes.
Okay.
All right, Oliver. I did want you to talk about what was Professor? It was anniversary of some award ceremony or something like that.
Yes, I think yeah, coming up. Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe you have to shed some light on that, Professor.
See, Frederick Assembly. What am I tell you, Frederick? Are
Yeah.
easy, no man.
Yes, Frederick. Big
Thought
up
you were
Frederick.
here already.
Welcome. Yes, it's done at Seabird. When it comes to right stuff and Bull Bay, it's a blowout. But it's even now. Oh, so what? That's what? Our toal. I
To all
suppose
blow out.
Professor.
Eh?
I suppose the toal now, she's even now, suppose the toal.
Yeah, maybe in the recent series. Yeah,
Yeah.
this
Toal.
ongoing
Yeah,
series.
always blow out, man. Either right stuff blow out, Bull Bay blow out right stuff. But always some huge scoreline. All right, moving on. We have Central 250.
Talking
Masterpiece.
about
Yes.
blowout. This is one. This is
Yeah,
one of the games. Give it
Masterpiece.
the
Yes.
final result.
Is this correct? Frederick, Central 250 versus Masterpiece 135. Is that scoreline correct?
Need to find that results.
Yes. I sent Oliver the link, Everett. I sent Oliver the link for him to join us. But he said he sent us a message. See, I'm having some phone and Wi-Fi issue, so he may not join us today. Yeah, he was supposed to be on tonight as the winning president and captain for the JDCA league. Yes, but unfortunately he's having issues. Yes. So what happened here? Frederick Mesado, you can shed some light. Masterpiece couldn't find a team.
Yes.
So if them couldn't find a team, what the match was started? And how long after that the match was blown off? Because I'm seeing something like Central 250, Masterpiece 135.
And this is something that we need to look on with Masterpiece, because I was giving them a lot of kudos.
Yeah, a lot of credit.
Based on the fact that they were far more a disciplined unit. And it's surprising the latter part of the JDCA league, they couldn't, even at home, in one particular game prior to the close to the end there, they couldn't find a team at home. Any at all, I think. Because that game was not even played. I did get off this to start, it couldn't have finished because at a particular time they couldn't afford to have a team to sit a full quarter, So that is one of the things that it's surprised our Masterpiece has gone from the team that I believe made some significant improvement and has gone probably in unknown territory where to me they have not been before.
But is that the team that
in recent times, that is.
Tony Haas and Warzone and those players played for?
Yes. Yes, that's the same team. The same team.
And still couldn't find a team. What's going on, Maureen? What's really happening down there?
Let me hear you, Maureen. Let me hear.
Yes. All right. Yes, Tony and Brian. Good night, Tony and Brian. All right. That's it for the dissecting. So now we're moving on to the prediction. And see, Yellowman sending his prediction already, Professor. Yellowman not wasting any time, man. Central Mechanical, Cherry Garden, Links,
And get one. Aye.
Stuff. So
Wait.
what's up? What? So
Again.
what's up? So what's up tonight?
You get one wrong. We not tell me which one.
Now go ahead, man. I know what time you had trouble, you know. I know what time you had trouble. Eh? but Professor, seems as if Fort International can't find a side. Like Fort is not any favorite anymore.
No, they're not forthcoming.
They're not Fort. I make Sonic here. They're not Fort.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, people have got spell and guess with Fort International now.
Yes.
Imagine a big side like Western Kingston side. You can imagine? One side.
And Sonic, boy, I tell you, one of them carry the load on the back throughout the season so far. I don't know how much I can manage. But Sonic alone get
Lara is there, you know. Lara is there.
Mm.
Yes, Lara is there.
And left central. Well, there are a few players to get in a certain, so it was almost a Ford at full force. So,
okay. All right.
go ahead
So,
with the
remember, my people, my viewers, remember to send in your prediction. And the first person who send in the 9 winners for this Sunday coming, you will receive a $1,000 credit of your choice. But before I forget, Professor,
Yes.
we need to let them know that this week is the last week for 2024.
Yes.
So we will resume in 2025. That's what the second week, Professor, because the Portmore League resume what the 12th.
At 12? I have the fixtures in front of me.
I think it's the 12th. I think it's the 12th of January. So we will resume the week before. So if Sunday is the 12th, that means we will resume what? That will be about what? The 8th?
About 2 weeks, man.
The 8th. We will resume the 8th. The 8th of January, right?
Suppose so.
Yeah, the 8th or the 9th. We will resume in January.
Mm-hmm. So a 2 weeks break, basically.
So, yes. So we're going to be on a 2 weeks break. Yes, the 12th of January. Yes, so we will break for 2 weeks. Yes. So, what will happen, Professor, with the first person to win, you will hear the winner when we resume, right, Professor?
Yes, definitely.
Yes, when we resume, you will hear the winner for next Sunday coming, or this Sunday coming. All right. So we are in the prediction segment. So moving on, Memory Lane versus Central, Professor. What do you have to
Central.
say about and remember Tony and Brian is on, you know, so she's listening out for you.
Yes, and Tony Thompson is on too. So we have to always and he's just asking when he's going to get when Central going to get a feature match.
Anthony Thompson.
When they stop continue playing teams like Memory Lane.
Yes.
No. I would say Masterpiece. When they stop playing teams like Masterpiece.
But first thing, I think the feature match for this week coming is what? Nagahead versus Bull Bay. That is a feature match. Feature match for this Sunday coming. Nagahead versus Bull Bay.
All right.
Yes, so Memory Lane versus Central. What do you have to say about that match?
Central definitely based on how they have been playing so far this season. They have the highest aggregate score so far. So far in the 2 games, and they were the finalists in the recently concluded JDCA league. So based on form and team unity, I think Central will easily have this one in the bag. And Memory Lane coming off a huge loss. So it will be easy pickings um, for Central based on what is going on as we speak.
Okay. And I forgot to mention last week winner was Six Bars himself. No, last week, the week before. That was
You
the week
couldn't get
before.
the thing, man.
Okay, yes, nobody win for last week, right? Last week, rough top, rough up, 40 international.
Mm.
Yes, so nobody win last week for Sunday gone. All right, moving on. Rice Top versus Passage Fort. This should be another feature match, Professor. What do you think?
Which um,
And if Rice Top can get it right this time.
let's continue with the Rice Stuff should have this one easily. Based on what is Pacific Fort has been playing. And
They are playing very well. They're playing very excellent.
that's what I'm going to say now. Based on how they have been playing, I just not believe that they might not have the depth to sustain a Rice Stuff unit. But they can definitely they will spring some surprises there about. Last season also, we thought it was going to be a blowout for Rice Stuff, and that was not the case. Rice Stuff had struggled to get to beat Pacific Fort, and this might be somewhat of a contest here because something I just don't know why Pacific Fort usually play good against Rice Stuff over the years. I think that's one of the situations I find out. I don't know. It doesn't matter where Pacific Fort is, Rice Stuff. They usually play good against Rice Stuff team. I just don't know. Probably it's their kryptonite.
Yeah, man. Because I think what happened in the JDCA league, Young General was having a field day, I have to go in the ring and try and contain Young General,
Mhm.
You understand? Because Young General is a unorthodox player, It's not anybody can play him, You understand? He's not a normal player, man. Yes, and I look up highly to Young General. Yes, because he played some shots on me when I never knew that those type of domino play. You understand? He's
Oh,
a very good player, man.
mhm.
Yes, and some announcement here. Um, on the 12th of January is Hulk, a former player for Right Stuff. So his funeral is on the 12th of January, Sunday, 12th of January.
And our heartfelt condolences to the goal to Rice Stuff. I think
Yes,
I'm just probably I did it, but I'm just saying that and
yes,
all
yes.
because
From
and
from from MELLACHE TV. Yes,
yeah,
send
man.
our condolence to the
And
club
Hulk
family
and Hulk
of
is one of
Hulk.
the first persons I did some sort of interview with because he in for the he once went to the final of the World Series Championship that was played here. He didn't want he lost in the final, but he still get a IFT payout. And he was one of the first persons who one of the first domino players I actually did an interview with. So
So
I guess
so it's a legendary Hulk then.
yeah, man, good player, man. Not I don't think it took it seriously in the latter years of his domino playing. He tends to, you know, what should I say? Probably passed on his expertise through captaining. So you know,
Okay.
but we wish the close relatives and family and friends of Hulk our heartfelt condolences.
Yes. So um just sad to hear, but
Mhm.
I would like to know. So that means it's 11th. 11th is a setup then, Missy Bert. The 11th, because I don't think I did get to go to the 9 night. And what's
Yeah,
really beating me, Professor, is the drive really beating me, because I'm a
yeah,
very Melacha TV is very supportive or
yeah.
supportive person channel, you understand? So it's
No
just the
man,
ride,
no man, it's not a drive.
drive the ride, yes.
No, it's a vehicle because you
Uh,
have a
the,
driver already. I don't say.
yes, yes, I have the
Yeah,
drive. Yes, it's just the vehicle.
that's a vehicle.
The driver. The driver is
Yeah,
there
the
already.
driver.
Yes.
Yes.
So moving on. So you say Pacific Fort winning this one, Professor. That's what you said?
Not this one. The next
The next.
contest. You're not caring for this one.
All right. So right stuff, right stuff. Winning this one. By what margin you think?
Well, this as I said, and this is something that I've known. Pacific Fort tend to play rights off well. It doesn't
Okay.
matter where Pacific Fort is.
You think we
They
can get
tend
a
to.
point out? Think Pacific Fort can get a point out of this?
They could surprise and get a point if right stuff um probably, what should I say, do the wrong stuff. Yeah, but
All right. Miss Siebert responded. She said the tent is a setup, Professor. So
in our view, because a center must income from the station then.
yes. I think it's supposed to be at the clubhouse. At the clubhouse, right? Right, Danet?
What? In our view?
Eh? No, no,
No
no bull
man,
bear. No bull bear.
some out there some. Our view, in our view.
Oh, okay. All right. So moving on, classic, Caribbean classic versus rooftop. What have you say about that match? The man turn back rooftop in this match?
Well, I have to go with it tried and proven. And I will continue to say um classic again in this one until I change my stance next year, but not for the remainder of the year.
Okay.
Yes. So classic again for this one. Rooftop might have a little uh some
Roughness.
Arsenal, a
Little
few.
roughness going on for them.
Yes. But I don't know if they can rough it out, you
Okay.
know. Eh, but
All
at
right.
the end of the day, I think classic supposed to get this one easily, and a welcome little Christmas present probably can give to roof.
Rooftop.
Yeah.
So I'm getting a big present or a small present. What do you think?
Well, based on they will not, they'll get a good present.
A good size present.
Yeah, a good size.
All right. Moving on, Masterpiece versus Links. Oh, Masterpiece find a side this time around.
Um,
And this is playing at what? Masterpiece.
well, probably they can find a side. If they were playing away, they would find a side. But it seems like they can't find a side at home. Well, I think seems like Central was there. They played away last week. So I don't know. Let's see. As long as they find a side, they have never beaten Lynx, and I don't think they will have that opportunity to do so for this Sunday coming.
Okay. All right. We had big match this on Sunday, Professor Man. Swassop versus Fletcher's Land Raiders. Big match,
Whoa.
Professor. Boy,
Tough
I
one to,
want it tough to call.
yeah, tough to call. But I will still go with toss up here. You know, the last time these two teams met, toss up did.
Swassop prevail.
Yeah, man. It was a comfortable victory, but I don't believe it will be this comfortable going forward. But
Fletcher's have a lot of players now, a whole lot more.
yeah, and they have done. And as I said, they were my team of the JDCA league, and
Best new team.
yes, so and they are moving in the right direction in terms of the attitude towards the game, etc. So it's a good look for them, and coming up to a team against Southside who probably uh, um, it will just augurs well for them going forward. But I don't believe they will win. This one Southside should have in the bag with ease.
With
Yes,
ease.
sir.
With ease, you said?
Yeah, with some ease.
Okay. Well, to me, this is very hard to call, though.
Yes.
Very, very, very hard to call.
Okay.
Yes. But you're giving Swassop the edge. All right. So from I said with ease, that means Land Raiders not getting even a point, That's
Well,
what, right?
all they have to do is just come with a point to prove.
All right. Moving on, mechanical versus correctional.
Oh, if all ducks in a row for mechanical, I think they should have their second victory. And correctional has been doing well, but I just don't see them winning against mechanical. And they will definitely put up some fight. And as I said, this is our away match, right?
Huh?
This is an away match. Is this an away
Mechanical.
match?
It's playing at mechanical. No, I was just looking at something. Because Everett is sending your prediction. I remember mechanical is playing against correctional, but you have both teams on it. You have correctional to win, I have mechanical to win. So just correcting you, Everett. Yes, go ahead, Professor.
Yeah, man. Correction, mechanical for this one.
Yes, away match for correctional.
Yeah, man. They don't usually they have an issue playing away from home.
Okay. All right. Moving on. Our next good match, Village Links versus Cherry Garden.
This well, this victory, this last time these two teams met, it played over 2 days. I hope this game was just go for one, finish in one day, and and that victory went to Village Link. By somebody a very close margin, and I would just have to give Cherry Gardens their first. Whoa! This is difficult for me to call. Woo!
Yes,
difficult,
I
difficult.
did mention that this
Because
is a good matchup. This.
yeah, because I'm aware of some of the members of the Cherry Gardens team like that, but this is going to be a very good
But
competitive
to
game.
me, Professor, listen to me. Cherry Garden is not Cherry Garden when they just entered in a Professor. It's not Cherry Garden again like that. Hard and vibrant Cherry Garden.
So so what you say? We go for Village Link.
Well, I don't know.
All right.
It's still
Here what I'm
hard to
going to do.
call.
I'm going to, based on what is happening, I'm going to give Village Links this encounter.
Yes.
I haven't
Because
seen either team.
I know they lost a lot of good players. Right? Because what Scatter is not there. Caribbean Base is not there. I know that Stretch is not there. Right?
Yeah, yeah,
And I don't think Shrimp is there because normally anywhere Stretches.
no, Shrimp is that mechanical.
Yes.
I think so.
So like I said, Chergon is not Chergon like when they did have this big pack aside. Understand?
All right.
Yes. But you're giving Village Links this one.
Yeah, man. I will go with Village Link this one. Oh no.
Okay. But Anthony, why you said this medium is biased, Anthony? Remember we spoke based on statistics, you know. Statistics. You understand?
No,
so why is this medium?
No, what is I think is coming with is the fact that he says Central should have a feature match. But I am saying as we speak, feature match usually comes up for two things.
Remember every week. Remember every week we have a feature match, you know.
Yeah, but
Anthony.
but let's look at the criteria of how we use a feature game. Feature game is based on the quote unquote opponents. That is one of the first criteria, and the second one is based on how they sit in the standings. So that is where we're looking at. That's where we have the two criteria.
So we can't have. Say for example, at the bottom of the table, we have MELLACHE TV at the bottom of the table. MELLACHE TV playing against Central. You couldn't have that as a feature match. Anthony,
yeah.
You understand?
Yeah,
we'd have to pick based on the performance of the teams.
Yes, at the time. First thing we look at the matchup because as you can easily when we see team like for argument's sake, like we easily look at last week, I will say right stuff Bull Bay. We know so these teams definitely usually have a good squad put together. So we can easily say it's a thing there. You'll find probably for next season, for argument's sake, you see right stuff down at the bottom of the table, playing Bull Bay. We can't say it's a feature game.
Yeah, because it's one-sided.
Yes, based on what is happening at the moment. So it fluctuates on two things: the weight of each opponent, and secondly, your standing on the table. Those are the two most criteria that we use at the moment. If you continue playing Central, continue playing against teams like Masterpiece, we can't say it's feature match.
And you need to understand that you have a lot of teams never get a feature match yet.
Yes.
A lot of teams never get a feature match yet. And Central, I think Central getting more than one feature match in this league. Because I think when Central going to play against Classic and Lynx, I think at the time that's going to be a feature match.
And so what's up? You understand?
Yes. That's going to be a feature match.
Yeah.
You understand? So we don't just put two teams together and say that's a feature match. All right. So moving on, Fort International versus Foundation. At one point, we could have this even as a feature match, but how Fort is playing now.
And
can't classify this as a feature match either.
and if let me make it clear, based on how what Fort is at the moment, Foundation should get this one. You know, it if Fort have a few of those persons that they expect to get in, it might be a bit competitive game, but they cannot afford to play with. If they play with the same team that they have been in the past 2 games, it will be a blow for a Foundation team.
Okay. But a match like this, they can't. Sonic, a match like this, the team can't afford to have only 6 players, only 6 tables, because when Foundation traveling a professor, they travel with a lot of players, I think
Eh,
Foundation is a big club.
but
At every given week, it's the same set of teams being highlighted in feature match. No, it's not the same set. It's not the same
sometimes
set of teams.
and for me, I don't like one of the things that unless we can address this. One of the things that is going to happen every week. For argument's sake, let's look at it. The last JDCA league that was completed. When you look at the table, it was 20 teams, and you can bet that only 10 of those teams can be basically in a feature match. If you look at it, 10. All right, look on the first 10 games that Blades play. Which one of them could be a feature match? The only one probably that we could have probably is probably Village and probably that secondary feature. You get what I say?
Yeah, but you have had times. I think this happened already. We have 2 feature match for the day.
No, but I prefer 2 feature matches. I always prefer 2 feature matches. So what we definitely can do is look at 2 feature games. I prefer 2 feature games. Sometimes you have a main feature, you have the secondary feature. So I time 2 of them have so much power, it can be 2 feature games.
Yes,
So
Oliver. It happened already. Oliver.
Yeah, man, regularly we have done that.
Yes.
It's just that because in this, look at it, as I tell you, said teams carry out a weight because look at Fort not proper looking like Fort as we speak, and they are playing Foundation. A lot of players will say this is a good matchup.
Yeah, it's a good matchup.
Yeah,
as a feature match.
Based on assumption on what we think Fort can offer, I still have a caliber to do and against a Foundation team. So, but I prefer to like 2 feet as Oliver said here, 2 feature match. We carry a situation where we even last in the JDSA league, I did put two the teams together. 2 teams do at the end of the scale to as a feature game. I think Land Raiders and one of those teams. I think and so even one of the feature game was Masterpiece. Sometimes we have even 3. I remember over the past couple since we have been doing predictions for the past season. We do carry teams that are lower down who sometimes we carry our 3 teams that feature teams. You know? So these are some things that we can look at. Some other way we can look at. So what we're going to do going forward is like at least 2, not less than 2 feature teams. Not less than 2. We can have more.
But all right, look at the professor, because I think in the JDCA league that finished recently, we were considering Masterpiece and Correctional as a feature match.
Yes, exactly. That's what I'm just saying a while ago. We do that already because At the team, both teams were on a run of form. So it
Yes.
was going for 4 consecutive. One was going for 3 consecutive. So that was I remember was
And
a
that was hard to call. You understand?
yes. Yeah, that was a feature. It was regarded one of the feature games. So and those teams were, but again, just give you an example. The last Town League, Blades played 10 consecutive games, and only one out of those 10 games, if you consider might get a look in as a feat, and probably wouldn't even be a feat, depends on the date play is being played. As a feature encounter, it probably would be a secondary feature encounter because they play that team like about the second or third match in the commission scene. And so every weight were going there. I can remember, the first 10 games played basically no play nobody, It's
Yes.
probably the strongest team they played was Village Link.
Yes.
So so at times the teams that
Although they were on a streak of 10 wins, we couldn't have um those any of those
yes,
matches as a feature match.
as feature matches. Because as I said, the only two teams, the only team that they played in that 10, they could have a showing was against Village Links. Other from that, I don't see. I think them played the Village Link or Central. I think one of those clubs. No, I think a Central. I think a Central they beat them up in the mind job. That could have been regarded as a little feature. And that was about the second or third game. So things that we need to look at. And as we said, going forward, we need to have 2 feature games. It doesn't matter. We just need 2. We can go to 3 too. But 2 definitely. We can always look at 2. Because I believe that it's based on that is why even predicting the first week, I said my prediction is going to be based on the tried and proven. Simple. I'm going to with a team that is. I remember even predicting the Central Mechanical match. Central Mechanical match probably have a probably a better a team put together, compile. But based on Central coming off as a beaten finalist in the JDCA league and doing so well to get there, they will have a better unit because I've been playing together for some time. The aggregation for mechanical was not so, and it was proven. Things like that. So we probably have to look at more than one to just to be fair to all teams. And sometimes we are just using we are not right. Remember, we are not quote unquote right with everything. We're just doing our thing here and making it the best.
Well, Prof, and I'm Isa, sir.
Mm.
And I'm Isa, sir, Professor.
So only bring big teams.
Oliver said.
That's why I bring sauce up all the while, man.
So what's up a big team?
Yeah. Easily sauce up like
So that you say you only bring big teams.
yeah.
Yes. So what's the verdict now for Ford versus Foundation?
Foundation for me. Until I see anything better, I can't carry forward for right now, based on the teams that they're going to play.
Okay.
So Foundation.
All right. So moving to the feature match, Nagahead versus Bull Bay. But Bull Bay did beat Nagahead, right?
The last couple of times.
In the JDCA. Because this match was played, I think this match was played at Nagahead, Nagahead, Bull Bay did beat Nagahead, don't it? Tammy, am I correct?
Yes.
Yes. So, what do you have to say about this match?
It will be a
Nagahead is on farm,
yes, but you remember the last time Bull Bay did blow them away for the third place playoff. So as we speak at the moment, it's for the past two meetings, it's 2-love in favor of
Bull Bay.
Bull Bay. Probably, I think all three meetings. I think the last three times they met, Bull Bay has won this fixture now.
Okay.
So again, we're looking like it's going to be
4.
the fourth. Yeah, man.
Oh,
This and
oh,
what?
oh, yeah. Take time talk. You know what, Tommy here. You can
Yeah,
talk up, man.
man.
Tommy is not on. You can talk up, man.
Okay, all right, nice. I'm going for Bull Bay for this one.
So Bull Bay for this one.
Mm.
All right. So no science. No science working for this one.
Well, let's see, early days, Science will come, man, later down.
Okay. But remember, like I said, I have a whole lot more players now, A whole
Yes,
lot more
that's probably
players.
one of the difference in this matchup.
Okay. Um, Donovan Davis said they're wrong. With what? Maybe the last 2 or 3 encounters. Yeah, because I wonder if my memory serves me right. I think Nagazed is supposed to beat Bull Bay last time, I'm not sure.
Now, man, the last time them beat the Bull Bay win the third place playoff in the town league, man.
Oh, okay. No, man, I thought before the playoff at Nagazed in the preliminary. Prelim.
Uh mm,
Yes, Professor. What do you have to say?
yeah, man, as I said, Bull Bay will definitely have it.
Okay, so Bull Bay, have this one in the bag. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
man.
oh, 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 Donovan Davis said your prediction is wrong, Professor.
With what?
eh? With,
What
with,
is it?
with, with, with Bull Bay and Nagazed. So Nagazed taking this one.
Oh, yeah, because in the in the in the last Portmore League, Bull Bay did win. Them beat Nagwed by about 40 odd. About 40, about 44, I guess. Yeah, man, they beat Nagwed bad.
Okay.
Eh,
All right. We have come. Donovan Davis saying the on Tommy's side. We have come to the end of another week. Right? And please remember sending your predictions. So far, I see only 2 or 3 persons sending their prediction. Yes. So Tony, you need to send in your predictions to Tony. Yes. So and please remember, I have to keep reminding you guys my cookout. Yellow man, remember my cookout, although you're not in the island.
eh,
But
Wait,
remember my cookout.
somebody really bring Landry them bet, but
Eh? Yes.
see sour cream saying response with Nagwed, well,
It's one for
Nagwed.
with them head. Yeah, man, remember I said so screens from Bull Bay, for on Bull Bay side, So
Yeah, Bull Bay man play for now.
yeah, man, how long for the last?
Oh, from last year.
Yes. So
Yeah,
remember,
man.
viewers, thanks for viewing again, and hope all of you will have a Merry Christmas
And a
and
happy
Happy
new
New
year.
Year and a lot of blessings.
Yeah.
Yes, for the holidays. So See you guys next year. Keep safe. All right, Professor, big up.
Yeah, man. And we can't say we not give you a thing there. Your credit. Your Christmas credit. I go into the predictions, you know. So make sure you take
Yes.
them.
All right.
Yeah, man.